And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together.
Welcome back, family. Today we will
Another one, fellas. Another one. Another modern woman who destroyed her own family and came to the internet looking for sympathy. So, guys, I've noticed that some women in my comments, they say that, like I'm wrong about putting the blame on women when it comes to divorces, right? They say, it goes both ways. I don't believe that it goes both ways because I'm not looking at it individually. I'm looking at it collectively, like as a group. You know what I mean? If you look at the statistics shows that 70 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women. So that should tell you that the only people who believe in divorce is women, right? Because women put their feelings before their family. You understand? They don't care about their family. They don't care about the husband, the kids, how they feel about the divorce. About them walking away out of the families. So here's the thing, right? The only way that women are going to do better, guys, is holding themselves accountable and holding other women accountable. Because the only reason why we don't have a nuclear family, and the only reason why a lot of kids don't have their fathers in a household is because of women. And the only reason why people don't want to date anymore, bruh, like men and women, good women don't want to date anymore, good men don't want to date anymore, is because of women. Women have ruined dating. Women have ruined the nuclear family structure. You understand? And we should hold them accountable for that. It was not because of men that dating is messed up. It's because of women. You understand what I'm saying? So they're the ones who are initiating divorces. And they're not leaving because these men are cheating or these men are abusive. No, they're leaving because they feel like they're missing out when they're in a marriage. They feel like, they could be out there traveling, having a nice time, and, following their career and pursuing their career and doing the most with other girls. You know what I mean? Or they just bored in the marriage. You know what I mean? Because they never, like, I've done so many videos of women who said, he was a good man, he was a good father, he was a good husband, but I left him. I left him because, I just left him. I didn't like him anymore. I was not in love with him anymore, right? But anyway, let's check out this modern woman.
review some more crying divorced women who just cannot seem to understand that the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
What's the one thing you wish everyone around you knew about getting divorced?
Everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage, the loss of your hopes and dreams together. But one thing that they really don't prepare you for is the loss of a friend, the loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day and to tell, your small wins and your small victories. And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together and haven't been together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend again.
Just another day and another modern woman making an impulse decision to divorce her husband without really thinking about the consequences. I bet that she was convinced that leaving her husband was a good idea by listening to some divorced guru woman on the internet talking about how divorce is wonderful. Most women go to the internet not for learning, but to find someone that will validate the idea that they already had in their mind.
True.
Because deep down, they know that they are not doing the right thing. Check it out.
Is there anyone out there in TikTok land that can tell me what you're supposed to do with your life when you've been in a relationship for 20 plus years with the same person? You have children, you have, built a life together, and then all of a sudden that life is no longer. What are you supposed to do with your life? Like, I work. I'm a registered nurse. I have a career, I guess. I have hobbies. I have, like, I don't know, a house. I have all the things that I guess you need to live the life, but I don't know how. I don't, like, do you date other people? Like, do you sort of, like, I just don't know. I want to focus on myself. I want to be happy. I want to heal from this whole process that I've been in. But I also want to live life. Like, I also want to have fun. I don't want it to be all about being miserable and feeling sad and just going through the motions of life because my marriage broke down. Like, I just don't want to do that anymore. I want to be happy. I want to move on, and I want to just find joy in life again.
I know that most of you just
Still feeling lost after a breakup or divorce? You're not alone. At RJ Godfellas Matrimony and Move On Crew, we don't just talk about heartbreak, we heal through it. Every week we share mindful rituals, self-care tools, and real talk from real people who get it. This isn't just another support group. It's a safe space to grow, laugh, cry, and come back stronger. Healing starts with one step. Take yours today. Join the crew on Patreon. Your next chapter is waiting. The link is in the description.
wanted to jump on your screens when you heard the infamous phrase, "I just want to be happy." Trust me too. It's the same story, over and over and over, again and again and again. It's all about me, without even knowing what they really want. But then they get shocked when the ex-husband move on with his life, like in our next clip.
My husband fell in love with my best friend. Now ex-husband, ex-best friend, but they fell in love. It's now been 4 years, and I wanted to share a very important lesson that I learned. The people that are meant to be in your life will be in your life. Nothing will stop them from simply being in your life. If it's so easy for someone to leave, then they were never truly meant to be with you long-term anyways. Also, I see people begging people to stay in their life. You really want someone in your life that you have to beg for? No, thank you. And if you're really fighting for someone to stay, don't you value and respect yourself enough to just let them go? I know that divorce is really hard, and I know that sitting in the loneliness is really hard, but it's way better than begging and pleading for someone to see your worth and your value. You are worth so much more than that, and I hope you see that. So from one heartbreak to another, I see you and I love you.
It's amazing how these women will always try to play it cool, as if they are not jealous, hurt, and bitter when they see their husbands moving on. But you can see the anger and disappointment through her. Just in case you want more affirmation on how her life is miserable, I went through her page, and here is one of her latest video where she admits on how miserable her life really is.
So there are some crucial things that people don't talk about after you go through a divorce. The fact that the quietness and the emptiness in your home when you don't have your spouse or your children is deafening. You have to really get comfortable with being alone, and it's very uncomfortable. You quickly realize that you are now the center stage of all conversation in your friend group because you're now living this wild and fun life because you're no longer attached to anybody. And I don't know about you, but I spent a lot of my time crying and eating pizza and drinking wine in the bathtub. Being single is glamorized in today's society, and people are saying, yes, good for being single, and you should really, really just enjoy it. It's so freeing. When really you lost your purpose because you've been supporting this person for X amount of years and supporting their aspirations and their goals and their dreams and their desires, and you lost yourself along the way. So now it's beautiful. You get to find yourself, but it's hard to sit in that and be like, oh, who the f am I? So maybe be a little bit more gentle on the single people in your life.
All these strong...
Okay, I believe this is like different. This is different content, like, because I'm seeing different women here. I'm not seeing the same woman, right? I thought maybe it was just gonna be that first woman the whole video, right? But anyway, this is what I keep saying, guys. You can never be single and happy. You might find peace in being single and be able to do the things that you want to do, but you're not gonna be fulfilled, dog. You understand? And let's not lie to each other. You understand? Let's not lie to each other as women and men. You understand? This goes out to men as well. Let's not lie to each other. Like, you can find peace and be able to do the things that you always wanted to do and chase your dreams and be productive, and you know what I mean, and become successful. You can do all those things when you're single, right? But let's talk about fulfillment, right? Like just having a wife, kids, people who adore you as a man. And I'm talking uh, uh um to the man right now, right? Like I'm talking as a man to the man, right? When you have a wife and kids who adore you, right? Like that's where you're gonna find fulfillment. Let's be honest about that, guys. Let's be honest. If you can come back from work and your kids are jumping up and down, they're happy to see you, your wife treats you like a king, not even treats you like a king, but you know, she's in love with you. She likes you. She wants you to be happy. She respects you. She wants you to, to do better in life, to become number one, to be the king, to be the boss. She wants you to win, right? It's better than a life where you have to come back to an empty home. It's better than that life. And you have everything. You have your sports cars, you have your mansions, but you're in an empty house. Your kids are not there. Your wife is not there. That's better. Which one is better? Tell me in the comments, guys. Let me know in the comments. Which one is better? You know, so I believe that the one where you have to come back from work and your kids will be happy to see you. They be jumping all over you and playing with you, and your wife is just have a meal ready for you and talking to you, and you know what I mean, respecting you, showing you the respect, just having a conversation with you, just like how was your day. Which one is better than coming back home to an empty house, an empty big house? So let's not lie to each other. And ladies, stop lying to yourselves too. You understand? You also want a family. You want a man who can provide for you, who can protect you, who's gonna love you. You understand? But now, you guys, feminism has messed you up so bad that, like even if they give you that, even if they give you a husband who loves you, who cares about you, who protects you, provide for you, who, who's just in love with you, you understand? You're gonna think that you can do better because you're hypergamist by nature. And feminism has told you that, there's always something better out there. You understand? You don't need to be, in the house, taking care of your husband and taking care of your kids and catering to your husband. You can always go out there and, travel and sleep with multiple guys. You can do whatever you like, right? And now you don't even value marriage because women don't value marriage. Women don't value marriage. That's why you guys initiate divorces. You're not initiating divorces because none of these women said, my husband was cheating on me. None of them said anything about their husband cheating on them, their husband abusing them, beating on them. None of them. They all saying, they just divorced. They're not even giving you the reason why they divorced their husbands. But anyway, let's keep it pushing.
Independent, happy, single, living my best life. Women you see on the internet have the same sad story behind closed doors. They are all crying, miserable, lonely, depressed, bitter, and angry women.
Facts. Let's pause. When your ex-husband moves on right away and gives someone else all you ever asked for while you're over here dealing with all the trauma he caused. Okay, whatever.
They want to lead more women astray so that they can all be miserable, because we know that misery loves company. And it's sad that so many young women keep falling for their lies. I have a bonus clip for you that shows the consequences of the government incentivizing women to divorce their husbands.
I do divorces for people that, a woman walks out with $200-300 million. He was an analyst at Goldman Sachs who built a hedge fund and then sold it and then used his trading algorithm to build it up to $500 million. She was hot and slept with him for a while and then stopped and started sleeping with other people and playing tennis and having Botox, and she's going to get half. Like, that's incredible. Like, do you know what he had to do to get that? And what she had to, I'll f that guy for $200 million. Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. That's incredible.
Fellas, as long as these family laws are
Yo, that's facts, guys. That's facts. Like, I think women don't understand that what we have to do, to have, to make money or to become successful as men. I don't think women understand it because they just have to be beautiful, bro. They just have to be hot. He's not lying, bro. He's not lying. And yo, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. A woman just have to be hot and she can have everything. If we get divorced, she takes half. She takes half of my shit, bro. And I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm gonna kill myself, bro. Okay, anyway, I'm not gonna get married, so I'm not gonna kill myself. But I will kill myself if I have to lose half of my shit, bro. I've worked hard to be where I'm at today. You understand? So, I'm not a millionaire. I don't make six figures, but I do have a 9 to 5 and, I'm average. But I've worked hard, guys. I've worked hard to earn everything that I have. Right? Yeah, man. Women are crazy, bro. Women are crazy. Let's keep it pushing.
still in place, you're going to have to protect yourself at all times. These family laws are literally rewarding women for leaving marriages and relationships. When you get married in the West, is like giving your wife a loaded weapon that she can use against you and get paid whenever she feels like it, so move accordingly. I'm really glad that you made it this far through my video. But I have a small favor to ask you. Over 90% of you are not subscribers. So, if you really find some value in my content, I would really appreciate a sub, like, comment, and share so that we can keep pushing this content to more men. That would really mean a lot to me. That's it for today's video. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, guys, that's it for me as well. My name is RJ Godfella, and this is the RJ Godfella Chats. Now, if you like this type of content, guys, please hit the subscribe button. And then also subscribe to HL Talk That Thought, man. Let's push, this awareness, guys. Let's push this awareness that, people really get to know that marriages only work for women. It only works for women. And they're the only people who believe in divorces. They're the only people who believes in breakups. But anyway, peace. I'm out.